Today I'm sharing the top 6 hair growth tools slash gadgets that actually work and that will actually help you not only grow your hair, but retain length, because length retention is what makes you keep longer hair and have longer hair. If you don't know me, my name is Angelica, aka Angie B. I post a video at least once a week and multiple shorts in between. So if that seems interesting, consider subscribing. The subscription button is right down there, as well as the bell icon. Make sure you hit the bell so you get notifications every single time I post. Let's get into the first product slash gadget that actually works to help you grow your hair. So this has a mixture of mediumly priced, cheap products and expensive products, so take your pick. This first one is one I've been using for years and I absolutely recommend it to everyone, and this is a Tangle Teezer, specifically the one with a handle. I've used the one that doesn't have a handle, 2 different types, and honestly, they work fine, but just ergonomically and in the shower, the shape of it, and it is kind of like a slippery kind of material. Also, if you have smaller hands like mine, it tends to constantly fall in the shower. If you're using it in the shower or even not in the shower, it still falls. Also, if you have any product on your hands, it makes it a lot more slippery, but it still does detangle the hair fine, just not as well as the Tangle Teezer brush. I absolutely love this one. So it works great on my own hair, whether my hair is curly, straight, whether it's a wig like today. No matter what kind of hair I have, it detangles absolutely perfectly, and that's why I actually recommend this for everyone, for wet hair, for dry hair, everything in between. This brush is amazing. The only thing you need to note is because these teeth are not that long, if you look at it, you cannot detangle like a huge section of hair at once, which I never do anyway, so that's perfectly fine. For this next thing, I don't think if it counts as a tool or a gadget rather than just a product, but I would say it's a tool, and this is a bonnet. But this is not just any bonnet. There are so many bonnets out there, but the reason why I'm suggesting this one specifically is because most bonnets either have a silk or a silky material here, and then this part of it is like a different fabric, or it's like super pleated and feels like your bonnet is actually taking your edges out, or it's uncomfortable, or it's constantly falling off during the night. This one is the same material everywhere, and this band is completely flat, which means it's very gentle on your hairline. It just sits and it never falls off my head, but I've never really had issues of bonnets falling off my head. So I don't know, maybe I'm just not a wild sleeper, but I highly recommend this bonnet. I think it's from the brand Stay On. Everything that can be linked in the description box below, I will link. None of these things are sponsored, just in case you're wondering. Next, we have, I would say, the most unnecessary product for most people, but necessary if you're dealing with hair loss, lots of scalp issues, stunted hair growth, and it just feels like you're having issues at the scalp and not necessarily at the ends, like retaining length. But it is extremely effective, and I've seen amazing results despite not having like severe hair loss or anything like that. The reason I'm hesitating is because it's a very expensive product, but it does work, and this is a low-level laser therapy device. Of course, you don't have to use this specific one I'm recommending. I'm showing you this one because it's the one I have. I actually worked with this brand about a year ago now, and I have continued using it the recommended time, which is about 3 to 4 times a week, basically every other day. And it is amazing. It is a low-level laser therapy device. And the reason why I like this one compared to a lot of the other ones on the market is because it has lasers on the inside, and it also has LEDs. So the lasers are very concentrated, but they don't go to a very wide surface area because they're concentrated on specific spots on your scalp. The LEDs go to a much wider area, but because they go to a wider area, they go less deep into the scalp because it's a wider spread area. So the LEDs cover all the areas that the lasers skip because they are more concentrated, and vice versa. So it's a great product. You do start to see results in, like, I'd say 3 months. I know a lot of people say like, oh, 6 weeks, whatever. You may see a slight change, but like 3 months is when you're like, okay, now I can feel a different change. I feel like there's more hair on my scalp. My hairline is filling out even more, and I love this device. So if you've got like no issues with your scalp, you don't feel like you have stunted hair growth or anything like that, and you're just trying to like retain a little bit more length, I think this is a little bit too expensive a product for you to invest in if you don't need it. Now, the next product I don't have it on me right now. And to be honest, it's because I don't use it that much, because I would prefer a different version. And this is a scalp massager. Now, I am a big advocate for scalp massages, and I think that using your hands is just as effective as using any other tool. However, when it comes to doing your hair and massaging your scalp and stuff like that, to be fair, it is pretty boring. So anything that you can do to make it a little bit more exciting will make you more prone to doing it. So I want one of those scalp massages that have like the little moving heads, and it feels like so nice on the scalp. I just know that would feel so good and would really motivate me. So scalp massages really help stimulate the follicles, wake up dormant follicles. They make almost any product that you put on your scalp even more effective because it increases blood flow to that area. And even if you're doing scalp massages without putting any product on your scalp like a serum or an oil, you will still get great benefits. It's just that if your scalp is really dry and you're doing a scalp massage, it could be prone to breakage. That's why it's nice to use in conjunction with a product. But if your scalp is nicely moisturized, all you just need to do is scalp massage with nothing on your scalp. And like I said, a tool that would really, really help is any kind of scalp massager. It doesn't matter, even if it's like the boring kind, it might be exciting to you. As long as it's something a little bit different than just massaging with your fingertips, it might make a big difference. So consider getting a scalp massager if you've been feeling a little bit too lazy to massage your scalp. Okay, next is one that is extremely essential for every single person, no matter what hair type, no matter what hair texture, no matter how long or short your hair is. Hair cutting shears, okay? I've had these shears for maybe 2 or 3 years now, and they are really good. This might be the best pair I've ever got. The name is Facon. I got them from Amazon. They're not even the most expensive kind. Again, I will link them. These cutting shears are amazing. You don't have to get these specific ones. Just get professional cutting shears. And I see a lot of people, and it drives me crazy when I see people that actually know how to cut their hair, but they're using like craft shears, kitchen shears. And you might be thinking like, well, if it cuts the hair, it cuts the hair. So what, right? But it makes a big difference. These scissors are extremely sharp, and they are meant for cutting hair, which means when it cuts really fast and really sharp. There's no struggle. It just cuts straight through the hair. And that ensures that your ends are completely nice and blunt and level, and you get rid of all the split ends. The problem with using other types of scissors for cutting hair is that as you're cutting, because the scissors are not meant for cutting hair, and they're a little blunt, that process of you struggling to cut the hair frays the ends of your hair, kind of like when you cut a fabric that's made out of like cotton or something, and you cut it and it looks kind of straight, but if you just touch it a little bit, the ends kind of start to fray and it's just a mess at the bottom. It's not like a clean, like a laser cut. It's not sealed at the end, which means you are creating an even amount of split ends all the way at the bottom of your hair. And you probably won't notice it on the day when you cut your hair. But as the weeks go on, those splits are going to continue getting worse, and it's just causing overall damage to your hair. So please either go to a professional or just exercise patience for like 2 days to find yourself a pair of hair cutting shears to cut your hair. Whether it's a haircut or a trim, same thing. The only time it's acceptable to use scissors that are not hair shears is if, let's say, you're going to cut your hair extremely short, like a bob, and your hair is maybe this length, and you're like, I wonder what my hair looks like shorter, and I just want to have it shorter for like an extra month. You're gonna cut it anyway, so any split ends that form are gonna be gone anyway, so that's fine. But if you're cutting for the purpose of like a styled haircut or just a trim for the health of your hair, you need hair cutting shears. Now, this next thing I am so glad is becoming very popular again because it's an essential: microfiber towels. Now, this one is like a more towel-y kind of material inside, but it is still microfiber, right? And then the outside is also microfiber, but this one isn't reversible, and it has this little button hook, whatever, and the button here, so you can, twist it up and then just clip it onto the button. This one is from Coco and Eve. I've had it for years now. I don't even know how many years I've had it, but it's really, really good. And I have another one from the brand Aquis, which is a sister brand to K18. And that one is much thinner than this one, but it still absorbs a lot of water, and it is also microfiber. The reason why you want to use these every time you wash your hair, every single time, it is because this doesn't get caught on your hair. It just sucks a lot of water out of the hair, faster than regular towels, but also your hair is not going to get stuck in the fibers. When you use a regular towel, those are not meant for hair. So one, your hairs are gonna like wrap around the little sections of the towel. Also, it is a little bit too rough on your hair. When it absorbs the water in your hair, it will leave your hair dry compared to how microfibers leave your hair. Like, not necessarily that your hair is dry, as in they suck out the water, but your hair still stays moisturized. And it actually makes a big difference, especially because if you're like most people, you wash your hair at least once a week or maybe every 10 days or something. So you're drying your hair multiple times a year. It is a very good investment to just get any kind of microfiber towel. There are so many different variations online and they are very affordable ones as well. Let me know what your favorite tool is in the comment section below. And if I didn't mention it, please let me know what it is because I would love to know. And I'm sure everyone in the comments would like to know too. Hit my face right there to subscribe if you didn't in the beginning. Watch this video right here for something interesting. Hit the bell icon if you didn't in the beginning so you get notifications every single time I post. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.